Hey guys, meteorologist Chris Tomer here with this On the Snow Before You Go forecast. Be sure to hit the subscribe button so you get notified when my latest forecasts come out. All right, here we go. My bullet points. Here's what I'm watching over the next 7, 8, 9 days in the forecast, and it's really all about this Arctic front across the west. 117, 18, 19. It'll bring an Arctic blast, some of the coldest air of the season so far. Snow accumulation. But the air temps, minus 15 to minus 30 over across a number of the ski areas likely, especially at night. Second trailing cold front right on its coattails, 119 to 120, comes down through Montana, Wyoming, Colorado, New Mexico. So the exact same places. Now, most of the impact will be in Colorado, New Mexico with the second front. And the Northeast California, I've got nothing major going on. Here is water vapor. Let me just show you how all this is going to play out. So at the low levels, you've got oranges and reds being drier air. The moisture's in the whites and the blues. So you can kind of see how the flow is. It's kind of going up into Alaska, Canada, and then it's kind of going down into Montana, Wyoming, and eventually down into Colorado. That's exactly how this is going to play out. So there's our 117, 18, 19 storm with cold front, and there's some other energy behind it. And so there's going to be this trailing front for 119 and 120 that comes back down through. So two storm systems essentially in the forecast. In fact, here's my timeline. Best odds of snow for Big Sky, the Wasatch, Tetons, Colorado, Tahoe, interior BC, and the Northeast. So for Big Sky, two different fronts, 117 light to moderate accumulations, and then light 118, 119. And the Wasatch, more than just a glancing blow. There's no direct hit here for the Wasatch. Light accumulations late 117 and 118 and light on 119. Tetons very similar. Everything's just slightly to your east. You're still going to get accumulation of light on 117 and light on 119. Colorado and New Mexico, heavier accumulations because both fronts are going to run through there, but then they're going to slow down and get hung up a little bit more. So you're going to have more duration, better orographic. So Colorado, afternoon of evening 117 and 118, moderate to heavy, and then afternoon, evening 119, 120, light to moderate. Interior BC, moderate on 116, light on 118, and just light shots for the Northeast. Here's another way of looking at that. Here's my spider chart. Odds of best snow. So more purple higher on the web, better odds of new snow in the forecast. That's a lot of Colorado. That's parts of Montana like Big Sky, Bridger Bowl, Red Lodge. To some degree, it's the Tetons, but I'm not looking at a lot of accumulation there. To some degree, it's the Wasatch, but again, more of a glancing blow. Revelstoke would be up there, and that's kind of it. Well, I should mention southern Utah, southern Colorado, and northern New Mexico would also be high on the list. So Taos would be higher on the list. Cuchara, Wolf Creek, higher on the list. So you can kind of see that graphically. All right, let's talk about snow accumulation over time. So I've got this started. This is early Thursday, January 16th, so early this morning. Light blues, light accumulation, under 3 inches. You can see there's some of that sliding through the Great Lakes, heading up into the Northeast. All right, here we are, lunchtime, Thursday, January 16th. Look at that snow heading through the Midwest, Great Lakes, into the Northeast, moving through. Here's late January 16th. Here's early Friday, the 17th. Here comes our Arctic front for the north, with light accumulations coming out of parts of BC, Alberta, down into Montana, brushing central Idaho, and then rolling down into Wyoming. Here we are by late on Friday the 17th. Snow through Wyoming, developing in Colorado, including the Front Range. Denver's going to get snow out of this, brushing the Wasatch. Here we are by early Saturday morning, and you can see some of the greens popping. That's over 3 inches. That's 3, 4, 5, 6. And if you see yellows, that's 7, 8. Another little wave rolling through the Great Lakes. Here we are by lunch on Saturday the 18th. Snow moving down into southern Colorado, northern New Mexico. Late Saturday, here's early Sunday morning. Snow kind of winding down through northern New Mexico. Here comes the second trailing front. So here's late Sunday the 19th. You can see it coming down through Montana, Wyoming, and then rolling into Colorado. Here's early Monday morning the 20th. So another shot of light accumulations with those light blues there through a lot of the central and northern mountains of Colorado, running down over the Front Range. Here is lunchtime on Monday the 20th, and the whole thing rolls away by late Monday. And look at the lake effect up there between Sunday and Monday. Some lake effect around the Great Lakes, parts of Lake Erie and Ontario. Okay, let me show you my official numbers. So all of the 16th through the 20th. So we'll start the Wasatch. Again, no direct hit here, but 2 to 4 inches of accumulation. Tetons, 3 or 4 inches of accumulation. Hoggaden will get more at 6. Up in Montana, most of the snow is going to be in Red Lodge, Bridger Bowl, and Big Sky, less elsewhere. Very little in Idaho, maybe 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 inches up there through Marmot Basin, Kicking Horse, and Revelstoke. Barely anything for the Pacific Northwest, and I'm zeroed it out through Oregon all the way down through the Sierra. Now in Colorado, this is where the biggest numbers are going to be from 2 different fronts that slow down. I've got 10 to 12 inches right on top of the Continental Divide down to the east. So basically Eldora up to Cameron Pass, Steamboat, Winter Park down towards Loveland, and A Basin, 10 to 12. Eights as you spill down into Summit County, eights over Vale, eights in Snowmass, Aspen, again from 2 different fronts here. About 8 for Monarch, 8 over Wolf Creek, and potentially a foot in southern Colorado around Cuchara, and 10 for Taos. That's why Taos is going to be one of the better spots with 2 different fronts and cold air. Now up in the northeast, I don't have a lot. There's some light shots here of 2 to 4 inches through Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine, and parts of New York. Maybe 6 around Snow Ridge, but that's from some lake effect kicking in that area as well. So pretty light stuff again, nothing major. We'll end on the western map here. And again, the best potential for snow is going to be in Colorado, New Mexico, parts of Wyoming, and parts of Montana, and a little bit up there around Kicking Horse, Revelstoke, and Marmot Basin. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in here to this On the Snow Before You Go forecast. I appreciate it. Take care and have a great day.